Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's card making video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Fab foils with Tacky when dry gel medium from the Crafters Workshop with stencils. And this is a great way to get a foiled look without the need for a hot foil machine or any other special equipment. So I'm going to be using these Simple Flowers stencils. These are from Concord and 9th from the Christina Warner line. And I'm just going to use the flower stencils for my card today. So I've got these 3 stencils here. And I'm going to be using some blush foil and also some rose gold foil from Wow. I'm going to bring in my Waffle Flower grip mat. And I'm going to be working on a piece of coloured cardstock. So this is just a piece of mint green card that I had in my stash. I've already cut it down to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 so that I can trim it down a little bit more later on. Now all of the stencils have got some etching on, so you can see in this stencil in the bottom right hand corner it's got the Simple Flowers name on it, and so that helps you make sure that you've got the stencil the right way round. And I'm just going to work on my cardstock by keeping the stencil lined up with the very top of my card panel and along the side. Now because I don't have much stencil coming off the panel, it's not being held very well on the grip mat, so I am going to use my magnets as well. I've got this Sizzix Studio texture tool which I'm going to use as a spreader for the Tacky when dry gel medium along with a palette knife. The Tacky when dry gel medium has a consistency that's very similar to their stencil butters. It's very light and creamy and it's really easy to spread. So I'm just going to make sure that I get a nice smooth coverage. You really want as smooth as possible, because when the Tacky when dry gel medium dries, it will dry with any texture that's left in it. So that's something you want to bear in mind. Now when I did come to use the texture tool, I did kind of end up taking off more Tacky when dry gel medium than I'd have liked, and I think it's because the opening for this stencil is quite large and I applied pressure directly with the spreader almost in a vertical position, so probably just using a palette knife here would be better. I absolutely love the texture tool though, and I do use it with smaller stencils with no issues, so I do think it was just because this stencil had quite a large opening. But then you see I applied much less pressure, changed the angle slightly, and that helped me take the excess off this stencil. So I'm now going to wash my grip mat, my stencil, my tools that I've been using. I'm just going to pop that aside to dry. And it will take a couple of hours depending on how humid or dry your air is and also how thick a layer you've applied. But once it's dry, you can see that it has gone clear. Now that little centre bit of the flower where it's still a little bit creamy, I've heat set that with my heat tool, which is perfectly fine to do, but obviously you may get a little bit of bubbling, so you do want to be mindful of that. But leaving it to air dry is definitely the best way to do it. But then I'm just going to cut some Fab foil. So this is the rose gold foil, and I'm just going to place that carefully over the panel, making sure it's as smooth as possible. You really want to make sure that the foil stays nice and flat so that you get a nice smooth finish on the design. Now you can apply pressure just using your fingers over the areas where the tacky gel medium is. You'll be able to feel it underneath, or you could use a bone fold, but I find the best way to get the best transfer is using my die cutting machine. So I've just placed it between my normal cutting plates. I'm adding an extra shim, which is just a piece of cardboard from a cereal box, and then when I peel that foil off, you can see we've got a perfect transfer of the foil. Don't worry about that little bit over the edge. I'm going to show you how we can remove that, but it looks really good and it's a great way of getting that foiled look. So that little bit over the edge, I'm just going to take my adhesive eraser and I'm just going to rub that over the area and the foil will be gone. So that's all you need to do, just use an adhesive eraser. And the same can go for any Tacky when dry gel medium that maybe you've got on your cardstock that hasn't got anything attached to it yet. Let it dry, and again you can just use an eraser like that to remove it. So I'm now going to add the second layer of the stencil. So I've brought my grip mat back in. Again, I'm lining the stencil up with the top of that cardstock so that the design is in the right place. I'm going to use my magnet again just because there's not enough cover with the grip mat with the way the stencil is at this section, and then I'm going to apply the Tacky when dry gel medium using a palette knife. So once that's got a nice even coverage again through the stencil, we can clean off any excess, pop it back in the pot, and then we'll need to just wash all of our equipment again while we leave the panel to one side to dry. And here you can see the panel now, you can see the clear outline of the stencil butter, and so it's ready to have its second coat of foil. And this is what's great about the foil, you can layer them over the top of each other. So I'm going to use the blush colour now, which is this lovely dusky pink. And I'm just going to trim off the excess and add that to the areas that panel didn't quite cover. I've run it through my die cutter machine off camera, and now we can just peel off the foil and reveal the design. And I always think that that's the really fun bit. So if you have missed any areas, you can just go back in with a little bit of foil, apply some pressure, and it will transfer to the gel medium, no problem at all. And then the design will be finished. And remember, we are going to trim this panel down. So I know it looks a little bit messy around the edges, but we're going to trim it down to make our card. So to do that, I'm going to use the A2 additional piercing dies from Waffle Flower. I'm just going to use the second from largest die, and this is going to have a lovely kind of dotted detail around the edge. So I'm just going to work out which portion of the design I want to frame with the die, and then I'm going to run that through my big shot machine just off camera. Once that's die cut, you can see that we've managed to cut through the foil with no problems at all. We've got that panel there. And so to bring it all together, I'm going to use the Gift Bay die from Concord and 9th. And I'm also going to add a sentiment from the Waffle Flower stamp set called Paper Hugs. This is a really nice stamp set. It's got lots of really good sentiments in. So I have die cut the Gift Bay die out of some rose gold cardstock that I've got in my stash. And I'm just using some liquid glue there. You could definitely have die cut these with some double-sided adhesive sheets, but I just think because they're so thin and fiddly, I'd like to have a little bit of wiggle room using the liquid glue just so that I can make sure that they're nice and straight, but you could definitely use double-sided adhesive if you prefer. I am going to add some foam tape to the back of that panel just to pop it up a little bit, and we are adding this to a US A2 sized card blank. Once that's stuck down, I'm going to add the bow, and then I'm going to again use some liquid glue for that. And then the sentiment has been white heat embossed on some black card. And again, I'm going to add some foam tape to the back of that. And it was kind of at this point in the card design that I thought, it's just kind of missing something. I really was thinking, and then I remembered I meant to use the centers of the flowers stencil with some white foil that I've got on top, but I completely forgot. And now because everything's stuck down, there was just no way of me applying the gel medium through the stencil. I could add some die cut centers if I wanted to, but I thought, do you know what, I'm going to leave it as it is. And so that is the finished card for today. So I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing how you can use foil without needing a foiling machine. I hope that it's given you some inspiration. As always, all the products that I've used will be linked below in the description box. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment. And if you're not subscribed to my channel but would like to see more from me, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any tutorials. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.